to Skyways Hotel for the Essendon show. Are you pumped? Yeah! So am I. I'm looking forward to this one. It should be good. I was having a chat with the boys out the back and they said, we're just going to make this show bloody funny, Damo. And I went, I like it. Let's do it. All right. You'd probably be pretty familiar that there's a lot of pretty serious footy panel shows out there, and I'm going to tell you this is not one of them. Although I watched the Front Bar and the Footy Show last week, and I might have to retract that statement because those shows are pretty out there too. Not for all the right reasons though. But this is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans, so let's get them out here so you can do exactly that, all right? Our first panellist, he's played a total of 61 games and kicked 90 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2014 when he plays for the Essendon Football Club. He wears the number... 13. Good guess if that wasn't one. He wears the number 13 on his back. Please welcome to the stage, Horatio Vandega. Raz, mate, good. Welcome. Thank you. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here.
Very loud crowd. I love it.
Yeah, we're pumped. We're all pumped, aren't we? Yeah, there we go. All right, our second panellist, he's played a total of 188 games, kicked a total of 119 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2009 when he plays for the Essendon Football Club. He wears the number 11 on his back. Please welcome to the stage, David Zaharakis. Zach, how are you, mate?
Damo, how are you?
See it? Very well, mate. Very well indeed. Nice to have you boys along. I know it's been a bit of a hard weekend that you went through, and I'm sure Monday would have been pretty insightful. A lot to learn on Monday.
Yeah. It was a good, solid review. We had a good, good look at the game. And
Are we allowed to smile tonight? Or are we allowed to...
Bloody oath you up. Was there a bit of this going on, boys? Well, anyway... We don't want to focus on the negatives, we want to focus on the positive, talk about all the stuff that we want to do moving forward. We're going to do it in our first segment, boys. We're going to do it, it's called Talk to Me. Talk to me, talk to me. All I want is a little conversation. That's right, I just want a little conversation, you give me some input. What I'm going to do here, it's a bit of a new segment. With it, I want to talk about the highlights from round one, okay? The big winners were Brisbane, Freo and another club called GWS. The big winners from the weekend, they did have rather large winning margins. One of them we won't talk about right now, but we will add to that at some stage. Friday night, probably the game of the round, Geelong v Collingwood. Yep. I think most of you would have to agree that was a really good game of football. I wanted to also talk to you about what are your thoughts on the 6-6-6 rule? How's that sitting with you boys? What do you think about the flow of the game?
Does this leave this room or...?
Yeah, can we keep it in here?
No, it doesn't leave? No. Okay.
No, it stays within these four walls, right?
Yes. Yeah. What do you guys think of it? Do you like it? Oh, some
you like 6-6-6?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I personally think, well, if you look at it, it was meant to open scoring and, you know, produce more goals, but I think the stats were, what was it, Zaka? The
lowest scoring first round in 5 decades.
That's it. Yeah.
So,
yeah. And it's small sample size, but...
Yes.
Sorry to cut off, but yeah, I'm not a believer in it.
Okay.
And for the reason that 7, or if you play 7th, or if you different numbers around the field, creates confusion, which then creates chaos around the ball, which means you can cut up defences differently, creates creativity, all that kind of thing, where is 6-6-6 means your grounds, and obviously we didn't play that well on the weekend, but your ground's already set up defensively, and you saw that over the majority of the round, that your ground's already set up. There's no real confusion, no tricks. Sides don't get tricked into pressing up when they shouldn't, or folding back when they shouldn't, that kind of thing. And I reckon 6-6 means your ground's already set up, and that's why it's such a tight game, because you're kicking good contests all the time. Kick into an even number contest all the time, where if it's an outnumber at one stage, then the other team might win the ball because they've got an extra number, because that's what Geelong do it well. Geelong used to play a 7th with Harry Taylor a lot down the back line, and he would open up the play for them and create their ball movement, where 6-6-6 doesn't allow that. So that's my opinion, but you can all have different ones. But yeah.
How's that for an answer? There you go.
That's what we actually. That's what all these people come to pay to come and see and hear. So really good answer. Thanks, David. Thanks for that insight. It was a round of upsets, though. I mean, how did everyone go on the tipping? It was like,
shocking.
Yeah, it was really atrocious. I think if you got any more than 4, you don't know anything about football. That's pretty well how it worked out. I did notice. And we just alluded to it, though. I did notice anything quicker from the point. After a point is scored, you don't have to wait for the signal. You don't have to kick it to yourself. You just play on. Did you find that watching any games that it did flow any quicker because of that, or it just seemed the same?
I think it just allows you to sort of, as you can just run out, like leave the D50 straight away.
Yep.
So you saw a lot of teams just run and bomb at sort of 70 metres and break that sort of zone. So you can't really lock it inside your forward half again. So I can understand it, sort of try to open up the game similar to the 6-6-6. We'll just try to get it free flowing.
Yeah, okay. No thoughts on that anymore?
I
think you've surmised it. But
no, exactly. Surmised it. I just like how you don't have to kick to yourself. It buys you the extra 1 or 2 seconds where you can take off and get a few extra metres.
Yeah.
And with the guy 15 metres back now rather than 10, it just buys you more time.
Later in the game, it might help. You can just run straight and, if you're a couple of points down, you get straight down the middle.
But I did notice a round of fumbling, scrappy football, missed tackles and marks. What do you put that down to? Everyone else is going to have their opinion, but what do you boys want to say about it?
Round one is generally like that. It's hotter. It's a funny thing to say, but it's you're more sweaty. It's more humid because it's hot. The ball's like a bar of soap. When you get into winter and it's a dry winter days, it's a lot easier to do that. But I mean, we're AFL players. There's really no excuse, but it's more just you're more inclined to do it because of round one. Pressure's on. I mean, I can't give much more than that, but it's probably more that. It's the heat. It's the pressure of round one. Yeah.
It's interesting insight though, because you would have noticed Thursday night's game there was fumbling.
Yeah.
Friday night's game there was fumbling. Geelong and Collingwood, and that was probably, as I said before, one of the highlights games of the round. But then it continued across the weekend because of the weather. But is it also attributed to the fact that I know you've had a couple of pre-season games, you did JLT, you play a couple of intra-club matches. Is it anything to do with the pressure? Is it anything else that we may not be aware of as fans, supporters?
Watching the JLT and then like round one, the intensity's obviously far greater. Correct me if I'm wrong, David, but that's the big difference. And for younger players especially, probably a bit nervous compared to those sorts of games, and might be thinking of what they're doing next before they've actually taken the ball, if that sort of makes sense. They're already disposed of it before they've even got it.
Yeah.
So, you might have to take that extra second and get tackled, but you've actually taken the ball clean rather than fumbling and thinking what you're doing next, and the ball's gone. And
there seemed to be a fair bit of that going on the weekend, of just that taking your eye off the ball and not keeping it on. And so they're really simple little mistakes that need to be rectified, and bloody quickly for a lot of clubs, eh?
Yep.
Yes. The game did seem faster, yet the scoring was lower than same time last year, and you also alluded to that by it being the lowest score in 5 decades.
5 decades, yeah.
How's that?
Saw that today,
You know? Oh. Your thoughts on the runners, the interchange and the water carriers?
Hot topics here. Very hot topic. I think the runners should be able to come out, so there should be compromise. Like the AFL don't want them to come out all the time. Then they've gone to just after the goals. It should be maybe that we come to agreement where it might be you can come out 3 or 4 times during a quarter, just as a little bit of a compromise, just to get a couple of messages out there that you want the coaches, because I feel personally that takes away the artistic nature of the coach during a quarter to be able to change. I don't know if you were. I was lucky enough to have one season under Bomber, who was a magician at coaching, and he could make changes during quarters. And it's a bit harder because the runner's got to quickly get out there after a goal to maybe call someone off or that kind of thing. And if you can't get out that message, I reckon maybe compromise 2 to 4 times a quarter. You can maybe come out just whenever.
Yep.
And someone's there. The AFL guy on the interchange is there to count how many times you've gone out. But that's me.
Yeah, I was just going to add, I mean, I'm not sure if everyone heard that Luke Hodge even said it was tough, and he's played 330 games. So if he's finding it tough, imagine guys that have played 3 games or 30 games or 50 games,
For sure. Raz, and David, at this point, I found it really interesting. I listened to Clarko the other night, and Clarko was actually saying how many times you actually walk away from a game of football and say, geez, that runner was out there a lot, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're talking about a coach that is that, I mean, he's he's a genius when it comes to what he's been able to do with his football career. If he's not noticing it, why the hell is everybody else? It's only because the media is drawing attention to it when you get somebody that stays out there for longer that we now all of a sudden, we've got to focus on that. Would that be a true assessment?
Yeah. It was, there was very few runners in the AFL that were standing in positions they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And 1 or 2 clubs that were doing it out of 18, you shouldn't change the rule because of that.
And we get a free kick if they're in the way anyway.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Get in my way.
So that was our segment. That's Talk to Me. We'll get that off the top. Please put your hands together for the boys. Thanks, folks. Thanks for sharing your insight on that. What I want to do now, normally I'd go into a couple of segments, but we're going to get the footy straight up. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it.
Yep.
You guys can give us your thoughts and tips. If you want to give us a little bit more than that, feel free to do so.
Yep.
If you don't, we'll just keep moving on. So we're going to talk about round 2, AFL fixture 2019. First game is tomorrow night, Thursday, March the 28th. It's at the MCG. It's a 7:20 game. It's Richmond versus Collingwood. Let's hear the Richmond song. Thank you very much, Sam. Let's go straight to the pies. That'll do there. All right. So what do you boys think here? As I said, you can give me thoughts and tips.
Yeah. I'm thinking Collingwood, to be honest. I think Rance is a massive loss for them. He's this sort of general down back, sets it all up for him. So I'm thinking Collingwood.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the same. I think talk about not being crisp and smooth. That Collingwood didn't look themselves last week in round 1. I thought they could have played a bit better, and I think this week they'll rectify that, especially with Rance not out there.
Although we hate Collingwood, just clearing that up. Just clearing that up.
Sorry. Just to clarify that.
If I just step back and be subjective, that's exactly.
Yes. Oh,
everyone knows you I hate Collingwood.
What I did just want to allude to there, in regards to Alex Rance, he is one of the biggest, 5-time All-Australian fullback of the century, whatever you want to say to that. But how much control he's all about set up down back for them. And he just negates everything that comes into the forward line. Missing him is going to be a huge hole to fill for anyone that has to come in and do it.
Yeah, it's a tough ask, isn't it? Bringing a young kid in and say play like Alex Rance, it's a tough ask. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. He's the general. He sets them up, and playing against them, he's the loudest one out there. So give you a bit of insight. He's always talking. Doesn't really shut up, and he's always helping his teammates out. So it's actually, it's good to see.
Another good stat. He's the only player in the AFL in the last 5 years to be All-Australian every year. So you're not going to replace that
amazing,
from anyone. You're not going to replace that.
Hell of an accolade. But you're both tipping Collingwood, so let's go for that. We'll go over to this game. This is Friday night, March the 29th. This game is at the SCG, 7:50 p.m. It's Sydney versus Adelaide. Let's hear Sydney. Cheers, that'll do. Thanks, mate. Let's go straight to the Crows. We're the pride of South Boston. All right, that'll do. SCG, boys, 7:50 p.m. Adelaide coming off a loss to the Hawks last weekend. Sydney came back in the third quarter. They looked like they were going to get over the line against the Doggies, but the Doggies prevailed and ended up winning, which was a great game of football too. I shouldn't underestimate that. It wasn't one of those that you wouldn't want to watch. What are your thoughts and tips here, though, boys?
Yeah, I think you touched on it, Damon. I think both teams were very sluggish last week, so it's hard to get a gauge. But I think Adelaide once again lost another key defender, and Duday with another ACL. So he's a bit of a general back there as well. So I think maybe Franklin might kick a few, and Sydney might get over the top.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sydney got going in that second half, which. You sort of, they woke up after half time and you could see they can kick goals quickly. They kicked 5 in space of 15 minutes, whatever it was, and it was awesome to watch. So I think they'll continue that and beat Adelaide at home. Isn't
it funny though, David, where you actually talk about Sydney, how they found their groove, and it's like, even when they came off at the end of the game and they spoke about it at three-quarter time, they were going, we just weren't playing the defensive style, we weren't playing the attacking style. Then all of a sudden the penny dropped and they came out and wham, bam, thank you, man.
Exactly, yeah.
Good. All right, let's go to this game, boys. We'll jump that one on Saturday. We'll go to this one. This game is between Port Adelaide v Carlton. It's in Adelaide, 4:40 p.m. Port Adelaide, let's hear it. We got the power to win. Thanks, mate. We'll go straight to the Blues. Gets the same response unless it's a Carlton show. That's about it. So what do you think here, boys? Port Adelaide v Carlton.
Well, we hate Carlton too, as you guys
I think they hate them all.
But no, I think Port Adelaide will win comfortably anyway. They were really good against Melbourne, so I think
they look great, didn't they?
Yeah, fast and exciting to watch. So. Yep.
Yeah, it was scary. Melbourne looked scary after the first 20 minutes. That game in Port looked sluggish. Then all of a sudden it was the exact opposite for the next 3 quarters. So I think Port Adelaide will take care of them at home.
Good. All right, mate. Let's go to this one then. Optus Stadium, 5:10 p.m. It's West Coast versus GWS. Optus Stadium over in Perth. Let's hear West Coast. That'll do. Straight to GWS. That'll do. All right. What do you think here then, boys?
Yeah, well, playing GWS first hand, obviously they're a good side at the moment. They're up and going, and West Coast have got a few injuries. No Kennedy, Cripps, Rioli. So their forward line's full of young kids, and I think the Giants will go over there and probably give them a hiding as well.
Wow. Should be a good game, I think.
Yeah. I think we made GWS look a little bit better than what they are. I think that was us.
Definitely.
So I think even with their lack of forward line, I think they'll bounce back home. They're so strong over there at home, and I think they'll get up West Coast.
All right, interesting. Okay, GWS here and West Coast there. Let's go to this game, 7:25 p.m. GMHBA Stadium down in Geelong. It's Geelong versus Melbourne. Let's hear Geelong.
We are Geelong.
Thanks, Sam. Straight to the Melbourne.
It's a grand old
And that'll do there. Now, the Cats coming up. Melbourne, it's not a happy hunting ground down there for them when they travel down the freeway. I think they've only won twice there in about the last... I think it's about the last 12 or something years.
Yeah, it's a different stadium to play down there.
Not good. But what do you boys think in relation to... Geelong had a great game against Collingwood. We've spoken about that. Melbourne didn't come out of the blocks like I think everyone was hoping they would. What do you think here?
Yeah, I think David just touched on it. It's a weird ground. So he just whispered on me. We played there in the JLT. It's very narrow and very skinny. So Geelong defend it really, really well. And obviously you guys watched us in JLT. We couldn't really move the ball as well as we'd hoped. So I think Geelong might win by 5 or 6 goals there.
Wow, okay.
Yep, I'll reiterate that. Yeah, Geelong will win down
beautiful. All right. This game, Marvel Stadium, 1:10 p.m. It's North Melbourne versus Brisbane. Let's hear North Melbourne. Thanks, mate. Go straight to the Lions.
We are the pride of Brisbane.
Cheers, mate. That'd be great. All right. Brisbane. Wow, didn't they come out of the blocks? Hello.
Yeah, they look good.
That was a great game for them. It was really nice to actually watch them play that Brandon style of football. They switched around, put Charlie down in forward line. Kicked that goal for you was probably a contender. Yeah. What do you boys think here? North Melbourne obviously got pumped by Freo.
Yeah, it was the Brisbane West Coast game was similar to the Melbourne Port game, where I watched the first quarter and I thought West Coast would win by 80 points here, and then it was just a complete turnaround, and it was great to see. And obviously North didn't travel that well, so I think in Melbourne it's a little bit of a different story. North play Marvel Stadium quite well, and you're interesting to see how Brisbane travel off the back of a win, and because they're still obviously a young side that hasn't won many games together, so see if they can back that up. But I'm tipping North.
Okay.
Tipping North.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to tip Brisbane strongly. I think they're a pretty good side. You add Lachie Neale into that side, who's an out-and-out superstar. I know they lost Dane Beams, but probably like for like, Lockie's quite good. So I reckon Brisbane by a bit. And
I don't have any stats to back this up, but I know that Brisbane actually do play Marvel Stadium quite well against North Melbourne. So it should be interesting. Yeah. All right, we'll go to this one, boys. 3:20 p.m. at the MCG, Sunday afternoon. This is Hawthorn versus the Western Bulldogs. Let's hear the Hawk song. That'll do there. Straight to the Western Bulldogs. Cheers, mate. No disrespect to all those clubs. We just like to get through these nice and quick, all right? So I don't want to...
We hate everyone else as well.
Yeah. Essendon night, shut up. All right. What do you think here, boys? Hawthorn versus Western Bulldogs.
Watching the Hawks against Adelaide, I thought they were very, very good. I think people, they keep underestimating Hawthorn, that team, that system that they've got down there. They lose players, but they still always seem to find a way to be a very good side. So I think the Hawks.
Yeah, as much as it hurts me to say it, they're a good club, Hawthorn. They just find ways to win and be competitive every year, even though sides that win 3 in a row are meant to drop off at some stage, but they never do. And the doggies went back to that brand of 2016. They hunted the footy, outnumbered, fast brand of footy, and it looked impressive. But I'll tip Hawthorn at the G. It
was awesome to see Tom Liberatore come back. He was in and under. He got great possession, really good use of the football. Hawthorn, how much of that do you attribute to Alistair Clarkson? You say that, yes, they can one soldier down, bring another soldier in. How much would you put of that into Alistair Clarkson? As players yourself, what would you say?
Yeah, I'd say he would have changed the culture when he got down there and obviously flicked it around. And along with the leaders of that club, the Mitchells and Lewis and Roughhead and Franklin and those guys, they all got drafted together, similar age, and would have turned it around.
Yeah, I remember, I think I was in high school when Hawthorn and Richmond used to play off pretty much for 15th and 16th all those couple of years. And when he got hired, I remember just when he got hired as coach, just one of those times, I don't know why, I just remember it, and all the talk around when he got hired and the questions behind it, but it's been one of the best decisions Hawthorn has ever made. Yeah,
and you'd think losing Tom Mitchell was going to be a massive hole, and yet James Walpole stepped up, put on the number 5, stepped into Sammy Mitchell's old number, and he even did the don't argue on Jager O'Meara, which is like, hey, he's getting out there, he's pretty confident, which is great for them. Anyway, we'll move on to this game. This is at 3:40 p.m. at Metricon Stadium. This is Gold Coast versus Freo. Let's hear Gold Coast. Thanks, mate. Should really let that song play. Well, I don't think we'll hear that again this year. No, we will. Don't be like that. And they're coming up against Freo.
Can't say that.
Glad to have a bit of fun. All right, that'll do. What do you think here, boys?
Did anyone expect Freo to play like that on the weekend last week? No, yeah. I certainly didn't. It was, quite impressive beating... I know they're playing at home, but beating North by that much round one was, impressive. And I think they'll fly the 6-hour journey and beat Gold Coast.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree, I think you just got to back in Ross Lyon. I think everyone's just sort of counted him out for a little bit. And he's brought the team back to playing good defence, and they're scoring off the back of it.
How interesting were the two coaches that maybe are playing for... I wouldn't say their futures, but they wanted to come out and make a point when I talk about the coach of Port Adelaide and Ken Hinkley, and then Ross Lyon, two individuals that said, these were really bloody good wins. Yeah. Ken Hinkley especially said it was one of the best wins he'd ever been involved in, which was a hell of a statement. Wow.
Yeah, they made the prelim a couple of years ago, so it was very strong statement
wasn't it?
from him.
It was quite adamant. But that's great. Thanks very much, boys. Let's go back to this game now. This is the one that you guys all want to find out a little bit more about. This game is proudly brought to you by the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. Let's get the big picture on this game. It is between St Kilda and Essendon. It is at Marvel Stadium at 4:35 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Let's hear the St Kilda song. That'll do with that then. Let's go to this one. The Bombers. That's it.
The Bombers fly up to win the premiership flag. Our boys who play this grand old game are always striving for glory and fame. See the Bombers fly up. The other teams they don't fear. They all try their best.
Fantastic. Nice.
Great singing, guys.
You can actually tell they're just like, man, we wanted to sing that on the weekend, but we got it out now and we're rats. So well done, everyone. Thanks very much. Good on you. Let's get into this game and talk a little bit about it, boys. What I do want to do, what I want to allude to, it was a 72-point loss against GWS, but what did you take from that game? And I want to talk not on a team level. I just want to talk from an individual perspective. What did you take from it? We'll go with you first, Rose.
Yep. I'll go from my perspective. Playing on someone I'd never played before, Sam Reid. He was very good defensively, and I thought that I could just sort of run him into the ground, and that's one of my strengths, running. And he kept right up with me, if not was beating me towards the end. So he was a super player, hard to play against, and credit where credit's due. He definitely got me.
Okay, and David, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was I don't know if anyone listened to the radio tonight, but I was talking on SEN there, and it was just, it was an interesting one. Yeah. No one goes out on a footy field not to try, and but then watching the tape back, it looked like we weren't trying, and it was quite eye-opening seeing that performance from us, just because you trained for 4 months. Our training actually in the last couple of weeks has been super impressive, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat that. It has been super impressive, and it just didn't reflect the way we've been training. And I can't give you many reasons as to why, because it wasn't one or two. It was the whole sort of group was lacklustre from the start, and it was hopefully it was definitely just an anomaly that went on the weekend, and because it definitely hasn't reflected the vibe and the way we've been training at the footy club. So we're pretty confident that we'll turn it around this weekend, and it'll be a lot different a performance, and you'll see a lot more spirited, energy, intent team come out in the park this week.
Brilliant, excellent. My next question here is where do you see the improvement coming from? You've actually just stipulated that right there and then and stamped it with authority, so well done. Thank you for saying that. What's been the message from the coaching staff in relation to, let's just talk about Monday just for a brief minute. What was the message from them?
It was the same. It just sort of about our effort and intensity, and we can bring it. As Zach said, we've done it for a long time in training, but that's what we need to bring on the weekend. It's no good if we can keep doing it at training but not bring it on the weekend. So, that was the sort of key message.
Was it intense Monday?
It was. I mean, it should be. It deserved to be. That's what it had to be. And even today at training or yesterday as well, we had another meeting. Like we go through your midfield, back, that kind of thing group, and it needs to be after that. But then it's just about like Woosha just keeps giving the message of playing. What am I trying to say here? Like playing on instinct. Like we weren't really playing on instinct. We looked like we're just thinking. We were caught in between a lot, all that kind of thing. So it's more just, boys, enjoy your footy, play with freedom, play with intent, play with energy, that kind of thing. And it just didn't look like we were doing that. We looked like we were just statues on the weekend. Yeah,
for sure. Which brings me to the next question. What's the feeling been like after the meeting on Monday? You then get back out onto the track. What's the vibe been around amongst the group? Yeah,
as I said, today's training was awesome, and it's like kind of sick of saying it that our training the last couple of weeks been great, but we're peaking at the wrong days. We're peaking on Wednesdays rather than Saturdays. Like, and that, as funny as it sounds, it's true. Like our training's been great and we've been intent. The boys enjoyed it today, but you look back and probably watch our training and we're like, we didn't even reach that intensity for 1 minute on the weekend, but we've been doing it in training for a couple of weeks. So, hopefully fans see just that come out and transfer into our game. That's as much as I can say,
No, that's good. You're obviously really, really looking forward to getting out there. Can Saturday come soon enough?
Can it be Saturday already? Tomorrow Saturday? Like, that's the feeling you get.
Great, good. Very nice answers. Thanks, boys. Thanks very much. No injuries came out of the game on the weekend, which was a good result as well. You'd be happy with that. Footy has broken into...
Jakey's all good.
Yeah, Jakey's all good. Yeah, there you go. Footy's broken into 6 groups over 4 weeks, so you've got a long season ahead of you, and there's a lot of time for Essendon Football Club to be the football club that they know they can be and deserve to be. So I wish you all the best with that. It all starts this weekend against St Kilda.
Yes.
That would be true, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think you're going to come out and do on the weekend? Give us a little bit of...
Yeah, I think if you look back to the sort of last 10 or 12 games at the back end of the year, like our tackle pressure and pressure on the ball and just intensity, that's Essendon. That's how we play. And then our scores come off the back of that. We play instinctive, natural, fast footy. We get the ball to Walla and something's going to happen. Exciting things like that happen. So if we can just bring that intensity and desire to hunt the opposition, the rest just takes care of itself.
You, as fans, would love to hear what you've just heard, I'm sure. Would that be correct? Yes? Good. Thanks very much, guys. I never try and put you under too much pressure, you know that. But at the same time, it's nice for the fans to just hear what you've got to say. So that game is brought to you by the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. 6 great locations: South Morang, Cheltenham, Fountain Gate, Hoppers Crossing, Water Gardens and the Gold Coast. Please put your hands together for the boys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. All right, what we want to do now, we want to get a couple of individuals up here because... guess what? That's about as much footy as we're going to talk about. We're going to just have some fun now.
Let's have some fun now.
Shall we? Let you guys just enjoy yourselves. I spoke to you out in the green room just saying footy can be pretty serious, and it is. But at the same time, it is just a game, and it's nice for you guys to make yourself available and be here to show the fans that you're human. All right. So we're going to have a little bit of fun on the human side. So we're looking for 2 contestants that reckon they know a bit about the Essendon Football Club. Who might they be? Welcome to the show, Sam. Welcome to the show, Brad. Isn't that strange? I've already got your name written down. That's pretty bloody good.
You've been here before, Brad.
You've already got 1 point. What's going to happen here, boys? I'm going to be actually asking a series of questions. These 2 are going to be answering it. You 2 are going to be keeping score.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. So Sandy's going to hand you a microphone. Brad, you'll get one from Sandy now as well. A microphone. Yes, very good. Thank you very much. All right. So I need you step into there, Brad. That's what we... Sam, sorry. And just face that way, my friend. Look that way. And what we're going to do is I need you to test your buzzer, Brad, by saying your name into the microphone.
Brad.
All right. And Sam, do the same.
Sam.
Sorry?
Sam.
All right, that'll do.
Sam.
Right. Well, it's good.
Bit more energy, Sam, please.
Be nice, mate. Yeah, you've got Essendon footballers here. Give us another one. Give us another one.
Sam.
All right, there, that's better. That's better. All right, well done. Well done. Oh, high fives already. All right, we're off to a flyer. So what's going to happen here, you 2 gentlemen down the front? I'm going to be asking you a series of questions. What you need to do is buzz in, and the way you buzz in is you say your name into the microphone. Are you clear with that, Sam?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. More enthusiasm from you. Gonna have to put you down. Quietly, of course. What we're going to need to do here is I'll ask the question. As soon as you think you know the answer, call out your name into the microphone. Whoever gets the points, the boys will keep score. Ready to go, boys?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Come on, boys. Yes. Here we go. Here's your first question. How many premierships has your club won?
Brad.
16. 16 would be correct. Well done, Brad. See, he's off the mark, Sam. You've got to be quick. How many times has your team played in a losing grand final?
Brad. 29.
29, correct. Well done. Who is your team's captain?
Brad, hold on a second. Brad, have you heard these questions before?
Yeah, I think I heard this question before.
That is unbelievable.
No one has. That's why it's a quiz.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Who is your team's captain you buzzed in with?
Dyson Hebbel.
That'd be correct. All right, 3. Come on, Sam. Who wears the number 7 at your club?
Brad.
Brad.
Merritt.
That would be...
Zach Merritt.
That'd be right. He's got 4. Come on, Sam. How many members does your club currently have closest to within 1,000? Brad.
70,000.
70,239. He's not bad. Come on, Sam. You've got to keep that microphone right next to your mouth.
Okay.
Where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year? Sam.
The 12.
Don't wreck my set and don't listen to her.
Yeah, don't listen to her.
Two things you're not allowed to do. Don't wreck the set and don't listen to her.
Okay.
It was 11th.
Oh, the 11th.
Bad luck.
Sure.
All right.
No, it's 12.
No, it was 11th. Thanks very much. I'm pretty sure. How many games did your team win last year at the end of the home and away season?
Brad. 12.
Yes, it is 12. That's where your 12 came from. Not too bad. What year did your team last win a grand final and who did they play?
Brad. 2000 in Melbourne.
That's right, correct. Well done. Come on, Sam. How many points did you win that grand final by? Brad?
60.
60's correct. All right. Wow. What's going on here?
Terrific. I know.
This is very good.
I know, it's better than me.
Well, yeah, the score dictates that. Who won the Norman Smith medal in the grand final?
Brad.
Of that year? Brad? James Hird. Yeah, correct. This is for 2 points. This is your chance to catch up. You ready? Here we go. This is for 2 points. Who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2018?
Brad.
Oh, so close. Brad?
Joe Danaher.
Who? Who? No. Who? You said Joe Danaher. No. Who do you think?
It's not James Hird.
Not who?
No, James
No. I'll give you a hint. It wasn't James Hird. No. His initials are JS. Does that help?
JS.
James Hird. No.
James Stringer.
Jake Stringer. That would be correct. All right. Yeah. Let's put it together for Sam. Yeah. Well done. And now this was for 2 points. How many goals did he kick?
Sam. 4.
4. 4 or 5, maybe? No, it was 30. 30. Bad luck. All right. You do get 1 point, though. You're off the mark, which is... 2. Yeah, all right. Yeah, 2. Yeah, fantastic. yeah. Well done. All right, this is for 4 points. You're getting close now. Who was the last Essendon player to win a Brownlow medal? What year and how many votes did they poll? Brad.
James Hird.
That would be correct. What year?
96.
Correct. That would be correct. And how many votes?
Hold on a second.
30.
4.
About 4. No. You love that number, don't you? No, it was 21. So you got 2 points. Congratulations. And that's the end of that segment. You finished up with a total score of 9, and you come close with 2. Not too bad. Not too bad. That was well done. All right. So, Brad, you get to you've won the cheesecake down there. The Essendon cheesecake, which is really timely because it's your sister's 10th birthday, so... You've just got her a birthday cake.
Oh,
how good's that? Sam, how are you? Did you have fun?
Yes.
In that case, you get to take away the merchandise pack, which has got a $40 cheesecake voucher in it, plus 2 tickets to go to the Comics Lounge, and $50 to go to the Lobster Cave, plus everything else that's in there.
Thank you.
Well done.
You're simply the best.
Well done. All right. So you got the cake, which is really yours.
No, it's chocolate later.
So
chocolate mud cake or
chocolate mud cake. Have you had a look at it?
Zach is probably going to eat it. The chocolate mud cake. He loves it. It's
a very nice looking mud
weakness.
cake.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good cake.
Nice. Yeah. That segment was proudly brought to you by the Cheesecake Shop, the nation's most loved cake shop, made with love. That cake tonight was made courtesy of the Moonee Ponds Cheesecake Shop. So well done, guys. Congratulations. Eat it and brush your teeth afterwards, all right? You'll need it because it's chocolate mud cake, all right? We need 2 contestants to come up here and simply do nothing but turn over a paddle. And that little fellow put his arm up straight away. And this lovely young lady here, yes, you, madam, can come on up and participate in this. Now, what's going to be happening here, you're going to be playing a segment. We'll introduce it. It's called Say My Name.
That's actually me singing.
This is a doozy, all right, because what we're actually going to be doing here is the boys are going to be playing on your behalf. So I'll ask the boys, who'd like to go first?
Rock off. Only fair.
Okay. All right.
I win. I will go first.
We'll go first, okay. Yes. So what's going to happen, Isaac, when it's David's turn, you're going to be playing for him and you get to turn over the paddle each time he gets one right.
Which means, Isaac, you won't turn over the paddle.
And Marianne, you're going to be playing on behalf of Orazio, and whenever he gets one right, you're going to be flipping over the paddle. Can I ask you both? Can I ask you both to turn around and face that way? That would be lovely. Yeah. And just, Isaac, come in a little bit to the centre, my friend. That's it. Wonderful. There you go. All right. So how this works, boys, I'm going to be reading out the player's number. You boys have got to give me their Christian name and their surname.
Lovely.
For that number. So that's
Raz is always good at this.
This is their first and last name, just for those playing along at home. All right. So I'll call out the number. You've got 45 seconds on the clock to get as many right as you possibly can. Marianne, you're going to be keeping score, so you pay nice attention to what Raz screams out. If you don't know the answer, feel free just to go pass, Damo.
Yep.
All right. Here's your first one. 45 seconds starts now. Number 1.
Andrew McGrath.
Correct. Number 29.
Well, can I jump into?
No, it's all you.
Ambrose, sorry.
Yeah, Patrick Ambrose.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Number 37.
Dylan Clark.
Yes, correct. Number 43.
McDonald's and Woody.
Correct. Number 18.
First name.
I said Anthony.
You got it. Yeah. 18.
Michael Hurley.
Correct. Number 11.
David Zaharakis.
Correct. Number 3.
Darcy Parish.
Correct. Number 5.
Devon Smith.
Correct. Number 44.
Sean McKernan.
Correct. Number 33.
Jake Long.
Braden Ham.
34.
Number 7.
Zach Merritt.
Correct. Number 19.
Kobe Much.
Correct. Number 10.
Aaron Francis.
Correct. Number 45.
Connor McKenna.
Correct. Number 13.
Orazio Fantasia.
Correct. Number 36.
Michael Hartley.
Correct. Number 14.
Jordan Ridley.
We'll give him that. Jordan Ridley, you got the last one. Finished up with a total score of 16. Not bad, mate. Very good, actually.
And I waited 5 seconds at the start. I thought Zach was going.
You thought he was going to jump in.
Right. Okay, that's not
Well
bad.
done. No, that was very good.
Around, mate.
Nicely, mate. Nicely done.
Think around.
All right. So are you familiar with how this now works, Isaac? You're going to be flipping it over each time he gets one right? All right, here we go. We'll start with your first one now, number 17.
James Stewart.
Correct. Number 35.
Mac Welfie.
Yes. Number 22.
Irving Mosquito.
Yes. Number 2.
Tom Bell Chambers.
Correct. Number 6.
Joe Danaher.
Correct. Number 23.
David Myers.
Correct. Number 9.
Dylan Shield.
Correct. Number 15.
Jaden Laverty.
Correct. Number 4.
Kyle Langford.
Correct. 24.
Jordan Houlihan.
Correct. Number 21.
Dyson Heppel.
Correct. 25.
Jake Stringer.
Correct. 42.
Adam Tard.
Correct. 26.
Pass.
27.
Cal Hooker. Anyway.
Cal Hooker. Yep,
Yeah.
27.
Mason Redmond.
Correct. Number 16.
Josh Begley.
Correct. Number 28.
Pass.
Mitch Brown. Number 12.
Mark Bagley.
Correct. Oh. How'd he go? 13. Was it? Seemed like more, but if it was 13, it was 13.
Seemed like more, mate.
Hey, 14.
It was 14.
Oh, well,
that's all right.
Still lost.
That's all right.
Two that bloody
14.
knew
Lost by
anyway.
1, but that's not bad. Very good.
Harder than you think, though.
You guys are pretty bloody good at that.
Yep.
I enjoyed that. Well done.
Joe,
Marianne, you're our winner. Congratulations. How did that work out for you? That's awesome. You've got the prize pack. All right, so that's all yours. I'll give you football. How would you like that? Would you be happy with that? Yep. I will look after you with a football towards the end of the show. How's that?
Beautiful.
Thank you very much for playing, Isaac.
Well done,
Great to have you along. Well done, boys. Thanks, guys. Nicely done. Sandy, if I can get you up here, we'll introduce this segment. We want 2 individuals to come up here and do what those 2 people just did. You have to do nothing but turn over a paddle. Really, nothing. Sandy, can you choose for us? We'll introduce the segment. It's called Playing to Win. Bring the wheel in. Will, Sandy?
There you go.
All right. This is a segment called Playing to Win, boys. What's actually going to be happening here is I'm going to be asking a series of questions of this lovely Will. Our beautiful hostess, Sandy, is coming in to spin the wheel tonight. There are 7 categories on this wheel with 10 questions per category. Will we show the boys the wheel, Sandy?
Yeah, give us a look here.
There you go. Hit songs, grand final winners, capitals, countries, TV shows, you get the idea.
Yep.
All right. So those segments, whatever segment comes up, there'll be 10 questions relating to it. You will have to answer those 10 questions. These 2 lovely individuals down the front will be keeping score. So there is yours. I didn't actually ask your name. Your name is? Brad. Nice to have you here. And Mandy. Wonderful. Good to have you both along. So what's going to happen? Sandy will spin the wheel. You guys keep score. Who'd like to go first?
Well, Zach can go first this time. I went first last time.
You're on the
Oh,
right.
do you want to rock off?
Yeah.
Fine. I'll win again.
Yeah, I'll go first.
So who's going first?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, all right, wonderful.
There you go.
All right, spin up the wheel, Sandy. Let's see what segment David has got.
You spin me right now. Like a record.
Oh. Oh, that's a...
TV show themes?
Hold on,
No,
hold
what
on.
is it? Hang on,
Hold
what
on.
is it? So what is it?
Nice.
Is it countries and capitals?
Capitals.
Countries and capitals. All right. Okay.
Travelled
Yeah,
man.
he's a well-travelled man.
Absolutely.
Okay here.
So what's going to happen here, I'll give you the actual country. You've got to give me the capital of that country.
Oh,
Is that cool?
Good luck. Yeah, okay.
We'll go with that?
Good luck.
All right. Now, here's the kicker, right? If you could come in a little bit, Brad. There we go. What's going to happen here, for each question that the boys get right, you guys get $10 each. So for every question that David gets right, Mandy, you're going to win $10 for each question. Maximum is $100. All right?
That'd be nice.
He's not even paying attention. He doesn't even care.
I know, Mandy.
All right.
I'm aware.
He's aware. All right. So, Brad, same is going to happen for you when it's Horacio's turn. All right. So, here we go. Here is your 10 questions. For each one you get right, $10 goes to Mandy.
Yep.
All right. Name the capital of this country, China. No help from the audience, please.
Don't ask me, Dad. I can't help you. He's
Well,
asking me for help.
Beijing or Shanghai, surely. No? Okay.
Which? Shh.
Give us a little bit.
No help.
Tick, 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 tick. And your answer?
How long's he got?
Well, if it's not...
Buzz him out. Buzz him out.
No.
No answer then? It's Beijing. So
I said it's either Beijing
good.
or
Well,
Shanghai.
you
said
back
no.
yourself in, David.
that's why I say don't listen to the audience.
Marianne, you
All
said no.
No.
I said it's either
No,
Beijing or
don't worry about that.
Shanghai.
Name the capital of this country. Shh. Name the capital. This is why I told you, don't listen to the audience. Name the capital of this country. Italy.
Rome.
Correct. You've got $10. Well done. Name the capital of this country. India.
New Delhi.
Correct. Name the capital. Ireland.
Oh, God, way back. Dublin.
Correct. 30. Name the capital. Australia.
Canberra.
Well done. Oh, Jake King said Northern Territory once. Don't take it easy.
I say Melbourne.
Name the capital of this country. That's 40, Mandy.
What, sorry?
Shelley, Mandy. Yep.
Yep.
Name the capital of this country. Russia.
Moscow.
Correct. Name the capital of this country. Egypt.
Cairo.
Correct. Name the capital of this country. Greece.
What, Athens? I should know that.
Yes. Let's just throw those ones in for good measure. Japan.
Tokyo.
Correct. And your last one, Spain.
Barcelona.
Wrong. Madrid.
Madrid, yeah.
Madrid. How many did you finish up with? 8.
80
Well
bucks.
done. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Well done. All right. So you got $80, Mandy. That's not bad. Brad, it's going to be your turn now. Horatio's going to be playing on your behalf. We're going to spin up the wheel again and we're going to see how we go. What subject would Horatio be playing for?
We need all the luck here, Brad. We need a lot of luck. I'm in trouble.
Didn't like school.
Come on, give me something to do with footy.
What do we got?
Oh, you win that.
Oh,
Brownlow medal winners. Okay.
Learn it, football man.
let's see how we go here.
Oh, well, take it easy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Give me a little bit more credit. All right.
$0.
What's going to happen here, mate?
Hard.
Who won the
0.
Brownlow in? I'll give you the year. You give me the player.
It's better be historical, not recent.
It's
Pipe down over there.
a bit of a mix, mate. Bit of a mix. All right. Who won the Brownlow in 2010? Shh. No help, please.
10. Is that Swan? Dane Swan?
No.
Chris Judd.
A lot of people say he should have, but it was Chris Judd.
Chris Judd. Sorry, Brad. Sorry. My apologies. Young.
For those of you
children in the
playing
room.
along at home, that was fluff. All right. Who won the Brownlow medal in 2007?
Hang on. See, he's not as sweet
Now
and
I'm
innocent as you
rattled.
all think. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, wow.
2007.
Okay, 2007. Jeez. That is tough.
Tick, 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 tick.
2007. Who was good? I was 10 years old.
Come on.
What team? Can you give me a hint?
Hang on. Were you 10?
He's in the media now.
2007?
Does that help? He's in the media now.
He's in media now.
Hang on, but were you 10 in 2007? Is that what you just
I was
said?
12.
12?
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
I'm going to have to buzz you.
Yeah, buzz me out.
All right. Jimmy Bartell.
Jimmy Bartell.
2007. Who won the Brownlow in 2001?
Ooh.
Struggling.
Was that the three-way tie?
No. He likes doing handstands.
Jason Ackermanis.
Oh.
Okay, well, are we giving him
That's 10 bucks for Brad. Well done, Brad. Yeah,
Gotta get him
there you
off
go,
the
10
mark.
bucks.
Giving him the
That's
answers.
for Brad.
You would have struggled with this. Don't pretend like you would have been good at
Who
this.
won the Brownlows in 2012?
Brown Lows, Cochin,
And
Mitchell.
well done. A little bit of a
Don't
hint
give
in
him a
there.
clue, Damo.
Ooh, well,
Yeah, boo.
sorry, that's the answer he was looking for. I think Joe.
The real answer,
There you
mate.
go. All right. Who won the Brownlow in 2015?
2015. Jeez, it's not that long ago. Dangerfield.
No. Nathan Fyfe.
Oh, Fifey.
Who won the Brownlow in 2014? I hope you weren't planning on going on a holiday.
Brad,
or
I'm
anything,
sorry.
Brad.
This is tough. This is
Yeah.
hard. Do you know?
No.
Pritis.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mandy.
It's a very good sport.
That's $10 off Mandy over to you now,
Yes,
Brad. Well done.
nice.
Thanks for that, Mandy. It was very sweet of you to give your money away. All right. Who won the Brownlow in 1999?
Oh, you know. Buckley?
No, Shane Crawford.
Crawf.
Okay. Who won it in 2013?
Should I know this?
I'd like to
Yes.
think so.
Yes.
I
He's
should.
a-
Do you know this?
He's a very good player.
Help Brad out.
Did you help me?
Yes, I said Beijing. What team?
Mate.
We're
We're a team. David's leaving me out to
They're
dry.
a very
Individual.
famous
Dog
football,
eat dog world up here, mate.
famous football name.
Ablett.
Wow. Correct.
There we go.
Well done. Yes, Gary Ablett Jr. Who won it in 2006?
2006.
Good years then for West Coast and Sydney.
West Coast and Sydney.
Good years for them.
Is it Judd?
They played the granny.
Oh, that's not bad. Any guess?
I said Judd. Someone just said Goods. Adam Goods.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
See, I'll try and give you an hint, mate.
It was a
didn't
good
say-
year.
Try
Well
it out,
done.
yeah.
And your last one, what's the actual score there, Brad, if you don't mind?
$50.
50
Nice.
bucks, that's all right. It could be 60 if he gets this.
Fingers crossed,
Plus
Brad.
the 10 that Mandy's giving you.
Yes, true.
Who won the... No, it's all right, Mandy. Who won the Brownlow in 2011?
Shouldn't have won it if it's the guy I'm thinking of.
Shouldn't have. Ooh, that's harsh.
Controversial.
it's the one I'm
Controversial.
thinking-
Dane
no.
Swan.
Yes, it
Oh,
was
no,
Dane
no.
Swan.
I was thinking
well
of
done.
Judd. No.
Congratulations. That's it.
60
We have a
bucks.
winner. Two of them.
No, I was thinking of the Judd one.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks.
Beautiful. Thank
Well
you,
done.
Andy.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50,
Hang on,
60
short
bucks.
ass. Has to
Well
be.
done. Thanks, Brad.
There you go, Brad. I tried.
Not
I
bad.
tried my hardest.
Not bad at all. See? You can come to these shows and actually win cash. Aren't you spewing you weren't in that segment? Oh, we hate that when that happens. All right, what we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to allude to the reason that segment happened is because we've got a fabulous sponsor on board this year. They're Big Picture people, okay? They've given us that cash to give away to you as fans to come along, support the show, get involved, and you get to take home some cold, hard cash, which Mandy's put in her pocket and said, you kids aren't getting it at all, which is not bad at all.
Carla's already said she wants $10 because it's her birthday.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair
right.
enough. That's
Happy
fair enough.
birthday.
So you've got a cake, you've got a cap, and now you want mum's money. Oh, you're doing very well.
very well.
But let's get into this. It's the big picture, people. We've got a banner over there. They've got our grand final prize this year. It's a spectacular big screen home cinema package from our great friends at the Big Picture People, the experts in smart home cinema. Imagine watching the 2019 AFL grand final on a giant big 3-metre screen, complete with the incredible surround sound. The what happened?
Because we'll be there.
Yeah, all right. You got to win it first.
Come on, Damo.
Let's just concentrate on
Know
that.
your crowd, Damo.
All right.
Jeez.
Hey, for your chance to win
Know
this
your
amazing,
crowd.
that's good for footy. Big screen home cinema package. Go to www.bigpicturepeople.com.au/good-for-footy/. All those details will actually be on the That's Good for Footy Facebook page. So get onto it. Enter your details in. You'll go on the chance to win. It's only open to Victorian residents only. T's and C's apply. With thanks to the Big Picture People. Thank you very much. Thanks to Big Picture People. All right, well done.
Just
what
on
we're
that, Damo, if you want to watch football on a 3-metre screen, just go around to Raz's house on the weekend.
It's not true.
Well, it's actually really interesting you say that because the Big Picture People, they've given us VIP cards to all the players at the Essendon Football Club. So you two have got a VIP card in here, but I
Lovely.
need you boys to take this to the club and give the rest of the numbers
No.
to the boys.
Yeah.
All right, you
very
saw
nice,
it that I gave it to Dave Orazio, all right? It's been done. All right, well done, boys. Thank you very much for participating. Great to have you there. What we're going to do now, guys, we're going to play a little segment. Nobody gets involved. It's just you guys, okay?
Yep.
It's a segment called What Can I Say? All right, what we're going to do here, I'm just going to ask the boys a series of questions. These can be long-winded answers if you want them to be, or they can be just one-word answers.
Yep.
Completely up to you. What were your thoughts on AFLX version 2019?
Yep, I didn't mind it. I like the fancy dress-ups. I thought it was pretty cool.
All right.
That's where we
your
differ.
opinion, that's it.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring a State of Origin AFLX theme.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Then I could
I like that.
beat that.
Players want State of Origin, AFL wants AFLX, combine the two.
Good, excellent. Pre-season games are?
I think they're still good. I like to play and get tuned up before the real season starts.
Okay.
2 at a maximum.
2 at a maximum, all right.
Yep.
Which one of these things gets you pumped the most before a game? The smell of deep heat, fresh cut grass, pulling on the jumper, strapping on the boots, a footy in your hands, or the sound of a crowd?
Ooh.
Probably, I love the sound of the crowd when we come out of the race and you really know you're there.
Goosebumps,
Yeah,
yeah,
goosebumps.
Yeah. Crowd, but put it on the jumper is like the thing. Like,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah,
well
put it on
done.
the jumper.
Excellent. You've done these shows before, you know how to win the crowd,
How
don't
to
you?
win the crowd, yeah.
Hey, what are your thoughts on the banners?
Yeah,
Love
I
'em.
Yeah,
Love them? Good, good.
Yep.
Your thoughts on the 50-metre penalty rule where a player can play on whilst the penalty is being measured out?
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Rubbish.
It's a bad look.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
like it.
I think I made an example the other week that if we were on opposite teams and he won a free kick and I had to try and get to the mark before him, there's no chance I'd be able to do that. I'd be giving away double 50.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just because the bloke's quicker than you, he can get to the
That's
mark
it.
quicker.
That's the
So-
first time he's admitted that. Yeah, that's good.
I
Isn't
admitted
it
it on
nice that
radio
you
the
did
other
it now?
week, so you missed out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. Is the current length of an AFL game too long, too short, or just right?
I still think too long. I reckon if we shortened it, we could play potentially more games in a year. Not sure how everyone likes that, but that was my opinion.
All right.
Flat 25-minute quarters, I'd be happy with.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right. Should Tasmania have a team of their own?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep, same again. Thursday night footy is?
Yeah, I like it. Oh, Marianne dropped the S-bomb down there.
Well,
I just try and ignore
taken
it.
after you, mate.
Setting a bad example. No,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like it for your weekends.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Runners are not allowed, we went through this earlier, but runners are not allowed onto the field during play. Is this good or bad for footy only after a goal? And I know they've got about 45 seconds. Just a quick one. Good
Compromise.
for footy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I said
compromise.
before,
All right, I like it. Essendon supporters are?
Awesome.
The best. Best in their business. Listen to them. Great.
Damo, you know how to work the crowd. That's what I decided.
That question was for you guys,
Yeah.
all right? Yeah, well done. Do you think the idea of state of origin is dead or dying?
Well, I can give you a long-winded answer. Speaking to a few younger players in the comp, and I was at a thing with Taylor Adams the other week, and he explained it and put it in the sense that he grew up and he didn't have State of Origin as a kid to watch.
Yep.
So he's grown up without it, and he was like, to me, it doesn't really mean anything, but obviously to a generation above us and a couple of years beyond that, they grew up with it and they had it on a daily basis, and he was like, for me, it doesn't really feel like we need it, but obviously you can understand why old people who grew up with it and that was all it was about for it. And for me, growing up as a kid, a couple of years older than him, I loved it as a kid watching it. But it's just about what time of the year do you do it? Clubs don't want you to do it. It's like the old international trips at the end of the footy season. Clubs used to play in London, used to play in India, play Tokyo, Japan, play around the world, but no one wants to do it anymore because they don't want to get injured and that kind of thing. So it's kind of a dying art in that
It's
sense.
an interesting one. We went and saw the last one with when you've got Tony Lockett leading out and you're talking about Stewie Lowe, you're talking about the likes of Gary Ablett Senior that are all playing in the one team. There is no better spectacle. So it'd be great to see it for that reason, but I understand where it lies. So thanks for sharing that. Would you prefer to play in a day or a twilight grand final?
I think day. Traditional, yeah.
Okay.
Day, yep.
Day, yep, all right. I won't ask that question because we did that one in our first segment. Is the 6-6 rule good for the game? You can say yes or no.
No.
No?
Nope.
No, okay. If you were to describe yourself as a car, what sort of a car would you be?
What do you call yourself for the club every day, mate?
I didn't say it. Someone else. It wasn't me. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Ferrari, really?
Hey, all right.
Italian car. That's fair.
Italian car, I like it. And it's red, I presume, yes, yeah. All right, red and black tyres.
David?
What's an unreliable Greek car? That's all I don't know. What's a durable car out on the road? Just durable. That's
All
it.
right.
Just
Keep
flashy,
going.
just durable.
Commodore, just
Yeah,
500,000 kilometres.
Yeah,
Just keep going.
just gets the job done.
Yeah,
all
just
right.
durable.
Do you prefer the coach to be on the bench or in the box?
I don't mind the coach on the bench or a coach, whether it doesn't have to be the senior coach, but someone that you can talk to and relay messages faster. I think it's good.
Yeah, I agree. Yep,
All right,
definitely.
excellent. Should you not be allowed, because this is a controversial one, should you not be allowed to participate in some activities in sports in the off-season? And I refer to like Ollie Wines with his water skiing.
No, I think that's ridiculous. I think
good.
we're still humans, and you can do, you need that release from the game because it's pretty stressful. So
Good on you,
I'm all
mate.
for it.
Excellent. Good. Same, David?
Yeah, same. You need that stress relief because
for sure.
it's a compartmentalised system, so you need that.
More to life than football. Do you like the split round fixture, rounds 12, 13 and 14?
I like the bye,
nice.
but I don't necessarily like that. Yeah.
Okay.
The 3 split rounds.
Yeah.
Where they potentially have the bye and you can play the AFLX State of Origin. Like if everyone had it off, you could potentially work around that. But who knows?
All right.
I just don't like because you haven't got footy through the whole weekend. You miss it either a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday. And
I hear you.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Being an AFL footballer is?
It's a dream come true.
Oh, beautiful. Excellent.
Yep.
Good.
Definitely.
Eddie had roof, open or closed?
I think if you've got a roof, use it, but that's just me.
No, that's good.
Yep.
These are your opinions.
Yep.
Good.
I myself and Job have the thing. If it's a cloudy day at Eddie had, roof open.
Okay.
Cloudy day.
Cloudy day.
Yeah, not a sunny day. Cloudy day.
Cloudy day.
Because like round 1 last year, even at night time, we played Adelaide, and that was awesome. The atmosphere was great with the roof open.
Yeah. I hear you. Are there too many rules left up to interpretation?
I think there's a few.
Yes,
grey
but that's
areas.
just the nature of AFL footy.
Okay.
I've accepted
Good answer.
that. Yeah.
Yep, I like it. The playing surface that Eddie had is?
Hopefully fixed.
I like it. Well said.
Yes.
All right. Your favourite ground to play on around Australia?
MCG.
Yep.
Yeah.
The G.
The G. Playing for the Essendon Football Club is?
Dream come true.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's an honour to go
An
out
honour.
there on
Love
big
that.
big games like Anzac Day and stuff, hear the crowd and represent the club. Yeah, it's great.
Good. I love that answer. Well said. What's better, mark or goal of the year?
I think goal.
Goal. Goal because I can't jump. So,
Same. Both can't get off the ground, so
Let's be realistic.
I can't get the mark of the year.
Good on you. Well, who is your Brownlow tip for 2019?
good one. I think Nathan Five.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if he stays fully fit, Nathan
Yeah.
Fife.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Essendon at the end of the home and away season this year will finish.
Oh, jeez. Okay, there you have it.
Quick.
We're in the top 8 at least.
Yeah.
We're still playing finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing finals.
Yeah, playing finals.
Playing finals.
David?
Playing finals. Yeah.
Good. When you see a poster or merchandise of yourself, what do you think?
How much is it selling for? No, I'm kidding.
Because he's going to buy it by himself. He's got a shrine in his house.
No, I don't know, if we're being real serious, it's pretty cool, like, to see it, yeah, especially since you were a kid growing up. It's, walk past the shop, it's like these little figurines you never thought they'll ever get made of you, so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Good, excellent. Great answer.
I sometimes get embarrassed, a little bit embarrassed when I see that thing, but that's just, not sure
That's
why.
good.
I like
They're
the
all
boots,
honest
even
answers.
detail.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, they are. What is your reaction when you see a kid with your number on their back?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's just, it's something you never thought about because you always wore a number of someone else growing up, and then
There's one in the crowd.
and then it's just like now they're wearing yours. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Brilliant. Which leads me on to this question. Did you wear a player's number on your back, and if so, who was it?
Yep. I'm not sure if everyone likes Adelaide here, but I grew up in Adelaide, so I went for the Crows, and my favourite player was Andrew McLeod. So I had 23. Yeah.
Yep.
I had number 5 on my back.
Yep, good. Okay. And specifically, we're talking James Hird?
Yes.
Yes, good.
Yes.
All right, there we go. Excellent. Whilst we're on that, nice to see he's come back doing Triple M football this year, which is fantastic. Nice to see him easing his way back into football.
Good.
So that's
No, I
good.
don't listen to the radio, so I didn't know.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
don't
good.
listen to the radio.
That's good.
Yeah. I
Hey,
didn't know
do you prefer a Melbourne summer or winter?
I like summer. I like the sun.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I love...
You won't get in trouble here, mate. It's all right.
I shouldn't think about this answer, but I love summer, but then I love when it gets colder now. I've had enough of summer for 5-6 months.
Right on.
We get sun and rain in the same day, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's Melbourne. Hello. Yeah. All right. Describe Melbourne traffic in one word.
Ring road.
Yeah. It's
2
pretty
words, but
horrible.
ring road.
Yeah. No, all right.
Terrible.
If you had to choose just one, music or TV, which would you choose?
Music.
TV.
All right. What is your favourite takeaway food, e.g. KFC, fish and chips, pizza, McDonald's, Chinese, Thai?
Thai.
I only get to pick one?
Well, you know, you can pick
No, Chinese.
I like it.
I'm a big sucker for Chinese. I love Chinese.
Yeah, and how often do you have it?
I'd have Thai. No, probably I'd try and go every 2 weeks, once every 2 weeks, because it's an awesome place.
I like to
anyway.
have Chinese after a game.
Yep.
Just
All
to
right,
sort of
good.
Yep.
Last. And your last one, boys, what's the one thing you would most want people to know about you? Most want people to know about you?
That's a tough question.
I've never been asked that before.
Yeah, never.
We only ask good questions on this show.
Yeah, real good questions.
Would want people to know about it.
Yeah, I do. There you go. I do love doing puzzles. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
not everyone might know that, but yeah, good. It's not that shocking,
Not quite a mystery, but no, that's good.
Yeah.
And David, is there anything you'd like to say?
I don't know, yeah.
Terrific bloke.
No. Shoe obsessed.
Shoe obsessed.
No, wine obsessed. Go wine obsessed.
obsessed.
Wine and shoe obsessed, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Wine and shoe obsessed. I'll go with both those
Yeah,
answers. I like them
double.
both. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together with the boys. What I wanted to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is just let you know, keep an eye out for the That's Good for Footy panel shows, because everybody says, I haven't heard of it. Well, like, where do you do all these questions? It's always up on the That's Good for Footy Facebook page, and it's on the website, all right? If you want to know where future Essendon shows are going to be, don't complain where they are. Just get along and bloody come to them, all right? That's all I want to know. So you can yeah, good, I know. I'm actually talking to the converted. No. You guys do come, and I love you very much for doing so. But if all of those that want to know, get onto the website and find out. You can find out where all the shows will be through www.that'sgoodforfooty.com/events. Upcoming shows. You may not like this, but I have to talk about it anyway. Upcoming shows for season 2019. On April the 3rd, we're doing Melbourne players James Harms and Angus Brayshaw live from the Burvale Hotel in Nuttawading. On April the 10th, we're doing St Kilda players Tim Membry and Jade Gresham live from the Village Green in Mulgrave. On April the 17th, we're back here with North Melbourne players Jack Zeeble and Sean Higgins live from Skyways Hotel Airport West. And on April the 24th, we're doing Carlton players Jack Silvani and Sam Walsh, who'll be live on the show from the Bridge Inn in Mernda. So you know what these shows are all about. Tell your friends, get them to come along if they barrack for another team. I now just want to allude to the fact about our sponsors. That's Good for Footy would not be possible if we didn't have the assistance from our sponsors. One of them is the Framing Queen. That's her right there. That's her on a banner. That's her in real life. Sandy looks after and does all the framing of all the things that you do. So if you've got an Essendon jumper that you want framed, see Sandy, she'll look after you. You can find her out through her Facebook page at The Framing Queen. The Big Picture people, thanks to them, I've got an $11,000 big screen cinema package to give away at the end of the year, so get involved in that. The Comics Lounge, you've got double passes. Hamper World gave us the hampers. The Cheesecake Shop gave us the mud cake. Congratulations, Brad. You're an excitable little fellow. I can tell that right now. Also, thanks to Burley Seacombe, they supply us with the balls. 3D Mini League give us those little figurines. Congratulations, as Sandy said, someone's sleeping with a footballer tonight. That's bloody wonderful. Please, put your hands together for the lovely Sandy. Put your hands together for Sam. And whilst you're at it, put your hands together for David Zaharakis, Orazio Fantasia. Thank you very much, boys. It was a pleasure having you on the show yet again. I'm so pleased that you were part of it. Thanks for all your candid answers. Thanks for just being you, really. Seriously, it was great to have you here. We hope you've enjoyed the That's Good for Footy panel show. My name's Damien. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Cheers, guys.